I am selected to do this with you, the National Youth Forum. And what we are trying to do here is to encourage the youth, but also hear from the youth. Maybe the encouragement has happened a lot, but we want to hear from the youth. So you're a young man here, a young woman here. We want to hear what the challenges are. Now, this government has set up a special ministry for the youth. Decoupled it from the Ministry of Sports and made it a sole ministry. Definitely means that there's supposed to be a policy agenda for the youth of Ghana. So how has that come? 2 years on, how is the government faring? We want to hear from you, the youth, and also the various agency heads here would be speaking to us about what they have done. Youth employment, of course, is the biggest of all the problems. As way back as 2007, 2008, Albert Kandapa at the time, he was National Security Minister. Actually, no, Francis Poku was National Security Coordinator, and they considered the youth issue and said it was a national security matter. And that birthed the NYEP, which became JIDA, and now YEA. So we do know, but the figures are startling. The statistics are scary. And that is what we are going to talk about this morning. It's a no-holds-barred conversation. I have a microphone here. I have another microphone there. We want to hear from you. The initial speeches are just formalities. The main work really this morning is to hear from you. Kikawaji, is that how they say it? Kikabicho Abai. Or if the Abai is doing well, to tell the Abai that no, Abai is doing well to us. So that's what I want us to hear this morning. Let's be real with each other. The president is watching. The vice president is watching. The ministers of state are watching. The members of parliament are watching. So we want to hear your story, really, as a young person. So when you pick the microphone, you should deliver that. I always remind, and forgive me if I'm talking on and on. I talk for a living, so sometimes when I get the microphone, I forget. You let me leave it. Let's start the program formally. Let's invite the Lord Almighty to superintend over events here for us. So to do the opening prayer for us, I want to humbly invite Sandra Asafoeje to do us the honors. Kindly welcome her with a round of applause.
Please shall we bow our heads down in prayer. Gracious and everlasting Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for how far you've brought us as a country and as a ministry. We ask, oh God, that you take absolute control over today's program. Come and take preeminence over everything that we do. We ask that you grant us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that at the end of it all, glory and honor will be given unto no man but to you. This is what we have asked through your Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen, and thank you so much. Now that we have the clearance from God Almighty, the program is effectively airborne, and we are starting effectively. To do the welcome address for us, someone who is really close with the power to do the welcome address is the Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth Development. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mrs. Emma-Ofori Ajiman to do us honors. Chief.
Thank you very much, Omaro. And congratulations in becoming probably one of the freshest lawyers we can have. Good morning to us all. Good morning to us all. Thank you. The Honorable Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, the Director General of the Narcotic Control Commission, heads of agencies of the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment and their deputies, directors here present, and representatives of other MDAs, development partners, youth groups, organizations, and civil society groups also. Young people present here include distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor to welcome all of you to this great school and this beautiful auditorium of the UPSA. We are here today for a Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment event, and we are happy to see you. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. On behalf of the Honorable Minister, the heads of agencies and staff of the Ministry of Youth Development, I warmly welcome you to this maiden National Youth Forum. This is the first of its kind in the history of Ghana. This maiden edition is part of activities that commemorate the National Youth Month, and it is this August. The whole of August is the Youth Month. And if you recall, we celebrated the International Youth Day. It's a UN designated Youth Day on 12th of August. So the whole of the month, we are drawing our attention to the youth. Thank you for being here. This maiden forum is particularly significant because it builds on the State of the Youth address that was organized last year. Last year, the ministry ushered the State of the Youth that presented an opportunity to tell the whole Ghana what we see about the youth. It was during that meeting that we felt that the time was ripe for us to hear from the youth also, because they were very eager with their concerns. And rightly so, the Honorable Minister promised that we definitely will have a National Youth Forum, and it is back today. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for making this a reality. This provides an important platform for reflecting on the opportunities and challenges confronting the young people in Ghana. This maiden National Youth Forum seeks to take the conversation a step further by creating a more direct and sustained platform for dialogue between young people and policymakers. We are very grateful to His Excellency the President for prioritizing the needs of young persons, and indeed this is unprecedented. Rightly so, as mentioned, he established this ministry solely dedicated for young people. And for us in the ministry, and I think all Ghanaians, it reflects a recognition that young people that represent about 38.5% of the population have a voice. And that voice must be heard. Those voices that represent the numbers behind the 38.5% must be heard. And that is exactly why we are here today. We understand our mandate. And our mandate as a ministry, we won't take for granted. We want to deliver on that mandate for His Excellency to know that it was created on purpose and that we are committed to it. As a ministry, our ultimate responsibility is to ensure that we churn out very responsive young persons who are also very globally competitive. And as part of our coordinating responsibilities, we need to listen to the people, the young people, their concerns, their views, their aspirations, and their experiences, so that it becomes and forms a part of the policy-making process. And therefore, we are happy to be the prime coordinators of all these meaningful policies and what we are going to hear to make it also extremely meaningful for young persons. The carefully selected theme for today speaks directly to the purpose for this gathering, and that presents an opportunity for us to look at the youth as the present and the future also of our nation, and therefore their lives must be shaped towards success. Indeed, I want to emphasize that the youth are present now. They are Ghana's present. In fact, they are not the future because they are here with us. So their voices matter. This forum therefore provides an opportunity for us, and when I say us, I mean government, I mean policymakers, I mean the academia, and I mean development partners, to hear directly from young people. We also believe that young people must not only be beneficiaries of government policies and programs, but they must also be part of the decision-making process. As a ministry, our key strategies for youth development, as carved out for us, are anchored on 5 key areas. And the first is the health and well-being of the youth or the young persons. This encompasses the physical, the mental, and everything about the health, access to health care and services, as well as healthy lifestyle promotion. The second is their education and skills development. This strategy focuses on access to quality of education, technical and vocational training, and skill development programs for young persons. The third is economic empowerment. This emphasizes access to decent employment opportunities and the mobility on the labor market. Indeed, it's important that they are able to be very mobile on the labor market, choosing decent work opportunities that they can have. The fourth is their civic engagement and community participation. And this includes opportunities for young people to participate in the decision-making processes and also how to contribute their services at the community level for national development. The last and the most important is their personal development and leadership. This means the ministry is poised to focus on purposeful programs that foster personal growth, leadership, and self-confidence among the youth. Our discussions, therefore, will have to center on these 5 key areas. These 5 areas are the main areas that we want to engage the youth today, to hear them and make them a part of our decision-making process. The Honorable Minister and the heads of agencies of this ministry are gathered here to engage and respond to your concerns as young people. This is an opportunity to have an open and constructive dialogue, and more importantly, to identify practical ways and helping us address issues that affect young people. This whole event is dedicated to hearing you so that we can have meaningful, effective, and efficient and very well implemented policies. My humble plea to all of us here is to commit to support the ministry to attain this feat. I wish us all fruitful deliberations together. Thank you, and God bless the young people of Ghana, and God bless Ghanaians. Thank you so much.
Madam Chief Director, they were clapping because you are the mother of the ministry. So, Mami Odende, thank you so much for the welcome address. Most grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, there's going to be an open forum, and the important thing is that a communique will be issued after today, which would help shape and guide government on what to do after today. So let's be looking forward to that. Let's now go to the Ghana Youth Federation. The president of the Ghana Youth Federation, Mr. Sherif Gali, would give us an address. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, the Chief Director of the Ministry, Director General of Narcotics Control, CEOs and Deputy CEOs of youth serving agencies, presidents and leaders of youth organizations, members of the press, fellow young Ghanaians, good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin with a number. 33.7 million. That is Ghana today. And out of that number, 36.9% are between the ages of 15 and 35 years. The Ghana Statistical Service released that figure on the 28th of July this year. More than 12 million of us, 1 in every 3 Ghanaian, is a young person. So let us be clear as to who is in this room. We are not a constituency. We are not an interest group. We are not a department of anybody manifesto. We are the country. Honorable Minister, for most of the lives of the national young people, we have always been an agenda under an item in somebody's agenda. We mostly share ministry with Ministry of Sports. And when the Black Stars were playing, youth development waited. But in 2025, a change. For the first time in 68 years of independence, our country gave us our own ministry, the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. I do not care what any of us think politically. That decision was right, it was overdue, and it's ours to celebrate. So on behalf of the youth of Ghana, Minister, and to your government and to the Excellency, the President of the Republic, we say thank you. Honorable Minister, our thanks to you are more personal. You did not have to be here. Ministers have every reason to send a delegate to present a speech. You have made it a habit of coming. And you have even done something more exceptional. Look at the room. You've opened your doors to listen to young people. That is a new kind of politics, and we want to say thank you. To the National Youth Authority, NEIP, National Service Authority, Youth Employment Agency, most especially to you, Osman Ayariga and Erica J. You have sat in rooms with young people who may not have campaigned for your appointing authority, but you listen, protect it, keep it. For the day youth development in this country become partisan, it is the day it stops working. Now let us speak true to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. There is an Akan proverb that says that Ofro diapa na yepiao, forgive my tree. If you climb a good tree, you get a push. Ghana have climbed that good tree. What we are here to talk about is the push. Honorable Minister, in 2025, your ministry and its department were allocated 2.789 billion Ghana cedis. On paper, this is a serious number. But when you open that document and look at where they are all coming from, 624.2 million from the consolidated fund, 757.6 million from the District Assembly's Common Fund, 585.3 million from the Communication Service Tax, 428.6 million from Get Fund, and 18 million generated internally. Read that again and you will see where it's coming from. Ladies and gentlemen, a ministry of a third of the population of this country for young people do not have its own funding. All the fundings are allocated by laws for different purposes and they are passed through the ministry hands. And the surprising thing is that within the 624.2 million consolidated allocated fund, only 60,000 was classified as a capital expenditure. 60,000 for a ministry of 12 million young people. Honorable Minister, I did not invent these numbers. Every figure here is on your website from your own ministry project-based budget. It's a public document. It's a matter of public record. Any of us here can just look at it. But in 2026, the total allocation rose sharply. We welcome that and we say that publicly. But for the goods and service line, the money that actually ran your programs fell by 30%. A ministry can be given a bigger envelope and a small engine. That is what the youth are battling with. The National Youth Authority carries the same design in its budget. The funds are mostly dominated by funds from the District Assembly's Common Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, the leading agency for youth development in our country, NYA, do not have its own fund and have to rely on another fund that it does not control. But let me be clear, none of this began in 2025. Let us be honest with ourselves in this room. This is how successive governments, no matter the color, have treated youth financing in this republic. So we are not describing a political party. We are describing a habit. And this is what the habit is costing our country. At the moment, youth unemployment stands at 21.9%. The national average is 12.8%. We, the young people, are nearly carrying double of that burden. In Greater Accra, this very city, the rate is 31.9%. Honorable Minister, nearly 2 million young Ghanaians between age 15 and 35 are neither not in education, nor employment, nor training. 2 million Ghanaians. Honorable Minister, that is not a statistic. That is a young man in Wa who has sent out 40 applications and have not gotten any reply, not even a rejection. That is a young woman in Kasua who has finished apprenticeship, but for the past 2 years cannot raise 1,500 Ghana cedi to buy a sewing machine. That is a young man in Sekendi Takoradi that have refused to tell people what he studied in school. Honorable Minister, you may have seen this. Few days ago, KFC ran a promotion. The promotion said 15 cedis for chicken and fries. You saw the videos, Honorable Minister. Young people were pushing, young people were fighting security to get inside. Some people call the young people reckless. They call them embarrassing. But I did not see a reckless young person. I did not see a young person that was frantically hungry and looking for food. Because if you care to know, 15 Ghana cedi can buy kenke and fish. But Honorable Minister, this is what the country must see. If a young person is doing so well, I don't think they need to wait for promotion to buy chicken for 15 cedis. They went there to buy chicken just like any of us, because when you buy KFC, there's a feeling. It's not because they were hungry. Let's empower the young people to do well, and so they will not disgrace the minister fighting at KFC entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, Minister, I bring you 5 solutions. More will be added by the youth leaders that are here. Number 1, we are asking for a National Youth Development Fund established by law financed by a dedicated 2% of national revenue, paid directly into the fund, just like the way the District Assembly Common Fund is done. Honorable Minister, we did not invent this idea. The framers of the 1992 Constitution did. Article 252 says that not less than 5% of total revenues shall go to the District Assembly Common Fund. And it goes there automatically. Whether the economy is strong, whether the Minister of Finance is in his generous mood or not, the District Assembly receive their funding. And that is why District Assemblies has outlived all administration. Why can't the youth, 12 million young people, the real ones who are the engines of development, get our own dedicated fund? Honorable Minister, 2, we need you to publish youth budget statement. One document, plain language, allocated, release, spend per agency, not for the sake of bling, but for the sake of planning. 3, Honorable Minister, the youth say I should tell you we need you to publish a list of beneficiaries for a Jumaura, national apprenticeship, and all the youth programs under you. Because we believe that if the money had gone to those that needed it, the young people, then publishing the list shouldn't be a problem to you. So we want to see a list of all the beneficiaries published. 4, Honorable Minister, we need this forum to be institutionalized. Let's not do it for just today. We want this forum to outlive you, me, and the rest of the young people in this room. And the final one, Honorable Minister, I wish I can speak to the main camera. To Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, if these words reach you, hear them in the spirit they are offered. We know what the President diary look like. We know the economy does not pause, and the world does not wait. And every single one in Ghana is looking for 1 hour of your time. But there is a conversation that has not yet happened. Youth Month has come. Africa Youth Day has come. Gathering after gathering. And the young people of this country have set a chair and kept it warm for you, Mr. President. We are not counting absence. We are extending an invitation to you. We've written letter upon letter requesting that audience. Since this government took over, His Excellency have met group after group across this country. But not once has that attention been turned to the youth, despite all the letters we have sent. Mr. President, 12 million young Ghanaians would like to have one day with you. Not a deba, not a photograph, a dialogue on the record, where we bring our figures and you give us your answer. Mr. President, give us this day before the year end. And Your Excellency, long after figures in this my speech will be forgotten, 12 million Ghanaians will remember the day their president sat in front of them, looked them in the eyes, and answered their questions. Mr. President, lastly, fund the ministry you created, and you will pay Ghana back with interest for the next 40 years. Now let me talk to my own people. Young people, turn your attention to me for 2 minutes. We have been asking for this table for God knows how long. Today we have the table. We are in a room built by power for us. And I will need us to ensure that there's a discipline we are going to uphold here in this room, and I want you to hold me on to it as I hold you on to that discipline. There is a temptation in this room, and that temptation is to impress somebody. The temptation is to insult a minister and call it confidence. Anger is cheap. Anybody can be angry. Anybody can rant words. But the ones that are being heard are those who come with figures, clouding research. So today is our opportunity, like the Chief Director said, let's talk. But let's make sure we check our figures before we talk. And I will say that anything you say here, make sure the next 10 years you are able to defend it. So ladies and gentlemen, colleague young people, like I said, let it be known that we come with facts, not dressed as feelings. We defend the same standard, whether it is Honorable George Opariado or the next party holding the ministry. We criticize the policy, never the person. We propose before we oppose. And we say nothing that we cannot still defend in 10 years. There is an old saying that says, the child that is not embraced by the village will one day burn it down to feel its heat. Ghana, hear the young people. We are not here to burn any village. Even though we came with our own firewood, we are not here to burn any village. We are here to be embraced, and we hope you embrace us. Fellow young Ghanaians, what this day must mean to all of us. Kwame Nkrumah said to this nation that we face neither east nor west, we face forward. Today, the Ghanaian youth face no party, no faction, we face forward. And when the record of this forum is written, let it not say that the young people of Ghana gathered here in Accra and only complain. Let it not say that we came for the camera and the buffet. Let it not say that we were giving and hearing and we did not prepare. Let it say we came with figures. Let it say we came with respect. Let it say we came with a plan. And let it say that on this day the government sat, listened, and answered. Thank you. You can clap. For the first time in our history, the young Ghanaians speak directly to power in a room that is built for them by power. It must not be the last. And it will not be the last if we conduct ourselves today as people who deserve the second. Honorable Minister, we thank you for the door. Fellow young people, we now must marry the room. Ghana does not have a youth problem. Ghana have 12 million young potential people and one decision to take about them. We have already made ours. We are staying, we are building, and we are ready. Thank you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Very powerful, isn't it? I think we can give him another round of applause. Thank you so much, Mr. Gali, for sounding very Nkrumahese. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make some quick acknowledgements of people in our midst. We have representatives from the Office of Special Prosecutor. Don't worry, they won't arrest anybody today. We are grateful you joined us. Jessica Mosen is Country Director for Core Africa. Thank you so much for being with us. Timothy Nabonso is with the Global Office Partnership, joining us this morning. Thank you. Sedem Xavier Alipui is from the Ningo Pampram District. Thank you for joining us this morning. Reverend Father Jehoshaphat Kali Stego is Chairman, Youth Steering Committee, Christian Council of Ghana. Thank you for being with us. Hudson Vera is Project Manager, Mago Motors. Human Nurizi is a Political Counselor with the British High Commission. Thank you. Cecil Adrian Sampson is a Political Officer at the British High Commission. Thank you for being with us. Dorian Bronan is a Youth Focal Point Program Officer with the European Union Delegation. Thank you for being with us. Ernestina Ejie-Mensah is Director, Drug Demand Reduction at the Narcotics Control Commission. Thank you so much for being with us. And talking about the Narcotics Control Commission, we have the Oga Kwata Kwata at the top, at the Narcotics Control Commission in our midst today. The Director General, Major General Maxwell Obuba Amante. Please let's give him a round of applause. Of course, we've seen our Chief Director from the ministry, I can give you a round of applause. Thank you. Ruth Sedo is my own something, so let me not add that part. Director General, National Service Authority, thank you so much for being with us, madam. Lawyer Eric Ejie, CEO, NIP, thank you so much. The Malik boy, the Basintali boy. Thank you. Malik Basintali, CEO, National Youth Authority. Okay, your 5K men, they are shouting all over the place. Tell them to hold on. They should not activate the cameras yet. Osman Ayariga is my brother and CEO of the National Youth Authority. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. And of course, the minister and also youth organizer of the NDC, Honorable George Opari Ado, aka Pablo. Youth Commander, thank you so much for putting this together and inviting all of us to come for this National Youth Forum. Most grateful. We proceed now by hearing comments from the various CEOs from the respective agents that deal with the youth in this country. We start off with the National Youth Authority. The CEO, Osman Ayariga. Let's welcome him upstage.
Thank you very much, our freshly minted lawyer-to-be, Umaru Sanda, my very good friend from the past, even in our days as NUC's president, when he was still doing his internship with City FM. Very meticulous young man, very intelligent. I'm not surprised today he's taking center stage so far as Ghana's media landscape is concerned, and I want to believe he's one of the best journalists we have in this country. Congratulations to you, my brother. This morning, considering the weather, I woke up being a bit biblical. So let me take you to the book of 2 Kings chapter 6. From 15 to 16. And when the servants of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, "Alas, my master, what shall we do?" He answered, "Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than them." Indeed, we are more than them. The youth of this country are what? More than them. The young people of this country are what? More than them. So they will surely listen to us. Choboy, 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 Choboy. Youth, 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 youth. Power, 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 power. Action! I've seen military generals here, so permit me to borrow their slogan also. Aho! Hey. Aho! 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 Thank you very much. Indeed, this is a gathering of young people. Honorable Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, permit me to celebrate you this morning for putting together such a thoughtful forum, and of course, one of its kind, for young people to interact with policymakers, with decision makers, and also with the entire nation. Honorable Minister, I greet you. And to Chief Directors present, especially to the Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, to colleagues, CEOs, Deputy CEOs, representatives of youth organizations, our cherished youth, ladies and gentlemen. It's genuinely good to be in a room like this. There's a particular energy that comes with a gathering of young people who show up not just to listen, but to ask critical questions, to push back and hold us accountable. So that's exactly the spirit of this forum. This is an important opportunity to reflect on the state of youth development in Ghana, take stock of the progress we are making, listen directly to your aspirations and concerns, and work out together how we accelerate opportunity for Ghanaian youth. We are the National Youth Authority, under National Youth Authority Act 2016, Act 939. Our responsibility is to coordinate, facilitate youth development in Ghana, to develop a dynamic and disciplined youth, imbued with the spirit of nationalism, spirit of patriotism, civic responsibility, and critically to ensure the effective participation of young people in the development of this country. That last part matters most. An act does not ask us to develop programs only for the youth. It asks us to ensure that youth are active participants in shaping the country's future, not merely as beneficiaries, but also as stakeholders. Under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, of course, the first of its kind, where you have a stand-alone ministry representing youth development and empowerment. In previous governments, we have seen Ministry of Youth and Sports, Ministry of Youth Education, Environment, Science put together. But under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, where he has seen the importance of putting a youth ministry together, today we have a ministry solely responsible for youth development and empowerment. And we want to say a very big thank you to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. For us, the National Youth Policy must not remain a document on the shelves of our institutions. Its success must ultimately be measured by the difference it makes in the lives of Ghanaian youth. Today, I would therefore like to walk you through the progress we are making across the key thematic areas of the National Youth Policy and how the progress connects directly to the mandate the law gives us. One of the most pressing entrepreneurship and creation of sustainable livelihood pathways at the center of our programs. A major intervention in this regard has been the National Apprenticeship Program, which was launched by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama last year in Tamale. The program, which is being implemented by the National Youth Authority, provides free and inclusive skills training for Ghanaian youth across the country, including those who may not have had the opportunity to progress through formal education. This program deliberately combines 30% classroom learning with 70% practical workplace training, because we believe that skills training must ultimately prepare Ghanaian youth for the realities of the workplace and the marketplace. The program commenced with a target of training 10,000 people, but we far exceeded the 10,000 mark to about 14,000 apprentices in 2025. And our objective is to progressively expand its reach so that by the close of this year, we'll be hitting 100,000 youth that will be trained under the National Apprenticeship Program. Beyond training apprentices, we have also invested in strengthening the entire apprenticeship ecosystem. Nationwide stakeholder consultations involving apprentices, master craft persons, industry actors, and other relevant stakeholders. Master craft persons have undergone training, been certified, and deployed as trainers under the program. This is critical to ensuring the quality and effectiveness of apprenticeship training. Beyond the number of apprentices enrolled, we are equally focused on strengthening the quality of training, mentorship, standardization, certification, while ensuring that the apprenticeship system remains responsive to contemporary industry needs. Our objective is therefore to contribute to the transformation and professionalization of Ghana's informal apprenticeship sector and create a credible pathway through which Ghanaian youth can transition from skills acquisition to decent, sustainable livelihoods. Beyond skills training, we have worked to ease the tax burden on young entrepreneurs as they build their businesses. Through our engagement with the Ghana Revenue Authority, the National Youth Authority has endorsed applications from young youth-owned businesses seeking tax holidays and exemptions. And with 21 of such